Welcome back to another episode of the Wildscape Chronicles, and today you join me at a location that I've been a couple of times before. In fact, the last time I was here was during quite a severe storm, so I'll come back today. It's a little bit calmer, there's a bit of a breeze, but we do have a bit of cloudy skies with some sunny patches in between, and it's actually looking quite nice. So my intention is to stay here for probably around about sunset and to try and get a decent shot of the sunset. Now, the place that we're at today is a place called Cuckmere Haven, which is on the south coast, just on the South Downs National Park. And I have to say, the place is a bit muddier than I thought it was going to be. As you can see, the path's a bit slippery, so I'm having to watch where I'm walking at the moment. Anyway, what you can see in the distance at the end of that path is the White Cliffs, and we're heading just down to the bottom there to an area where the river comes out, and actually some really good opportunities. Okay, so I've set the shot up, and I'm using the A7 IV with a 2875 on there. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of this sea. The waves are getting quite close. So essentially, I've put the camera into square format. It's a 6-second exposure, and it's ISO 64. And what I'm going to do is I've just widened it up, so it's at about 35mm roughly, and if the shot is any good and looks any good, I'll put it on the screen now. Okay, so I've come on further up the beach, and as you can see behind me, it's quite pebbly. But I've got this really cool section, which is this set of groins here. And if I zoom in, hopefully, you can see these three here. You've got the browns and the greens in these. Now, the light is gone for the moment, but I'm hoping it's going to come back, and then I'm going to be able to get some decent shots of that with the other set in the background. So what I'll do is I'm going to take that with the Bronica first, I think, just to try and get a relatively slow shutter speed with it, and let's see what we can do, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. So if you hadn't guessed, it's starting to get quite chilly. In fact, it's getting bloody freezing right now. The sun has all but disappeared. You can probably see the clouds behind me and the sky behind me. And actually, if I spin you around, see what I'm seeing. I mean, it's a lovely sky, don't get me wrong. Really, really beautiful. And what I'm trying to capture at the moment is the light on the water, and it does look absolutely amazing. It really is. But the wind's picked up, and it has got really cold now. And my hands are really starting to feel the effects of the wind. But I'm going to persevere. I don't think we're going to end up with the sunset that we were hoping for, but fingers crossed. We might end up with some of this dappled light that we've got at the moment. It's looking really, really good, I have to say. As you can see from the sky itself, it is looking rather interesting. Who knows, when the sun starts to go down even further, which is in about 40 minutes time, we might get a bit of colour in the sky. I'm going to wait and see what happens, and hopefully we might get something really nice. But in the meantime, I have the Nikon out, as you can see, and I've got the Tamron 1530 on there at the moment, and it's doing a good job. So what I'm looking at the moment, if you can probably tell, is that set of groins there, just straight ahead with the sky. And then because I'm quite close to the excuse me, quite close to the incoming waves, so it's getting quite a nice shot. It's actually getting the white foam of the wave as it's coming towards the camera, and it's really nice. And as you can tell, it's getting quite close to the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on, get a few more of these shots, and if I show you actually on the back of the camera itself, that's the shot I'm getting at the moment. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, as much as possible, angle the camera over a little bit. The only problem is when I do that, is getting that cliff. I don't want too much of that cliff in it, but needs must, I think, with this one, to try and make it a little bit more interesting. Right, well, you hadn't guessed, that's me done for the day. Light is really starting to go now. There's a little bit of colour, but there's not an awful lot. I think I shot the best of it earlier on. If I spin around that way, you can see it's predominantly grey. There is a little bit just in the sky, but there wasn't enough to really keep me here. To be quite honest, so it's been a bit of a mixed bag all in today. I got some decent shots. I think there's some keepers in it. Anything that I have got, if it's turned out okay, I'll put it on the screen in a few minutes at the end of the video. In the meantime, if you like what you've seen, and if you like the content, if you've got anything that you would like to see in future videos, then please comment below. And as always, with any of the... Sorry, I'll try and get the video straight. As always, with any of content on YouTube, if you like it, then hit the like button. And if you want to see more of it, then hit the subscribe button. I'd be really grateful for you. In case you're wondering some of the kit that I was using today, the filters that I've been using are K&F Concept, and I'll put the link to those below. They're a really good filter. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm not sponsored by K&F, but I think they're really good value for money for what they are, and they really do the job without costing an arm and a leg, really. So what I'll do is I will put the images on the screen now, and as I say, if you want to comment on the video, pop a comment in the comment section below. As you can tell, I'm struggling with my words now because it is really starting to get cold. I've been here a few hours and the temperature is really starting to drop. So I'm going to head off, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.